Hi, Christina. My name is Ely Smith, and I was just talking with your real estate agent, and we were discussing that you were looking to purchase a home, but we're thinking about waiting another year in order to save enough money to get out of the mortgage insurance. And I exclaimed, but wait, there is extra cost in waiting a year that folks don't typically look at. Well, sure, said, do you have anything that I can, share um, to show her, that the numbers are the cost. And I said, well, I don't, but let me create a quick video. So that's the inspiration for the video. And, obviously just to set it up, this is my presentation, something that I typically use to help compare loan options one side by side. And in this case, I wanted to say that, $250,000 based on 20% today, what that would look like. Well, obviously with 20%, this loan amount, interest rate, APR, 30-year term is going to create a 1624 payment compared to today 15% with monthly mortgage insurance is 1717. Obviously, that's the reason why most folks are like, look, I don't want to pay this mortgage insurance because I think it's a sham. And then, of course, if you're financing more, even at the same interest rate, your loan amount's higher, you're going to have a higher monthly payment. So there's a $93 difference here, and I think I see that, right? I know that's a good reason why folks would want to wait. But the reality is that that's not really the true picture, right? The big picture. If we go to look at this over the 12 months, I think you'll start to see that there is a cost for renting, right? For one, that's just throwing money away. So your housing expense, if it's a monthly rent of 1,400, is going to be $16,800 that you're going to just pay to the landlord and pay somebody else's mortgage and not your own. If you're paying your own mortgage in today's scenario with the 15% that you have, you're going to pay the balance down, by $3,742 each month. Part of your monthly payment is going towards principal reduction. That's basically money in a savings account almost for you. But when we also look at the great thing about real estate is that homes value, they appreciate. So the real estate value in a year from now, I'm estimating to be $259,375 for that same 250. It goes up, right? Because I use the Case Shiller Housing Index for real estate to show that the average annualized rate of return from 1928 to 2013 is 3.7%. So that's kind of what we just say is the historic average. And so 3.7% on 250 is that number, 259,375. So your total equity at the end of that first year is going to be 50,617, which is the $37,000, $37,500 down payment plus the payment that you made towards principal and then the home's value that's appreciated. So, that is one reason right there where you could just kind of see that the math of the cost of waiting is that you're going to lose out on $9,375 worth of equity plus the money that you'd be paying. But the other thing I was thinking to myself is well, how long is it going to take you to save an extra 12,500 in 12 months? That's going to be an extra 1,041 in money set aside in a savings account a year. So your total monthly payment, for instance, 1,400 is going to be 2,441.67. You're basically going to pay $724 a month more in the rent scenario in a cash flow basis than you would on actually owning. Now, that doesn't mean you can't put the $724 towards the loan balance, and then that is going to help you expedite the payoff or pay down of the mortgage to the 80%. And as you get to the 80% loan to value, you can actually have the mortgage insurance removed and you can have the loan recast. So if you made large principal reductions or 724 a month for a period of time to get yourself, you could recast the loan for about a $200 cost and get this payment that you would achieve here on the 250 with 20% down. So that's something that people don't typically know or think about. But the other thing I wanted to just show you is, this is apples to apples right now comparing to, if you had today's options in the future. But the reality is you probably won't, right? We just established that the value of the home is going to be 259,375. And last year I had a lot of clients who were really discouraged because, if you're looking at $250,000 houses today, that means that when you want to buy it in the future, it's going to cost more. You either have to do one of two things. Just go ahead and get ready to pay more for the house that you were looking at this year for 250, or you're going to have to readjust what you want to buy. Meaning, when you're looking at that three bedroom, two bath house with 2,000 square feet, maybe you're going to be looking at a home that has 1,800 square feet instead. So that difference is, maybe it won't have the same finishes. Maybe it won't have the things that you're already accustomed to or desiring to have, right? So that this house is going to be more expensive. So your purchasing power is diminishing. The other thing that's really important, and this is my game, right, is the interest rates. The interest rates are at a great place today. You can kind of see this is the last year. And right now, they are showing for this week of 5/2, 4.14%, and that's paying a half a point in discount, fee. So that's the average across the nation. And then if you look, back here, a lot of those folks that I was talking about that were discouraged last year, they were looking in November, October when rates were almost 5%. So there's a huge difference. And obviously you can think, wow, what would that do to my purchasing power or to my ideal payment if rates were there? Well, it wouldn't matter anymore, that $33, if this rate were 5%, because then the monthly payment is going to be considerably higher. So even if we look at it now on more info on the payment breakdown, you can see waiting a year, you're going to finance a little bit more because that 250 is now 259. You're going to put the 51.8. You're going to have a larger down payment than what you were intending, but you're going to be financing a little bit more, about $207,000. So you've got 1036 in the principal and interest payment, taxes, insurance. Taxes are going to be a little bit higher if I just use 2.9% as the cost. I'm just doing it based on the purchase price. So that 2.9% is going to go up a little bit. So the overall monthly payment now goes higher than what it would be today with mortgage insurance. It's $1,727 compared to $1,717. And there's really not a way of getting back to this $1,624. Whereas this option, we have a way of almost getting back to the $1,624 with extra principal payments and getting rid of the mortgage insurance. But in the future, this $1,727 is going to be with you for life. So you may not own the home for the rest of your life, but for the time that you own it, it's going to cost more. So I think this is just, to help illustrate for you that, while it makes sense to not want to pay the extra money, the cost of loans today with the low interest rates that we have is probably worth, re-examining this. And I want you to know that, when we go through the options, there are always options. And this is like a mortgage insurance options calculator. And so you have, monthly, single paid, or we could do a second mortgage, which I included in this column here on the fourth column, which is the lowest or closest. Now, again, if you took a second mortgage, you have the ability to potentially pay more than the $70.97. That $724 difference, you could apply towards that second mortgage and get rid of that $70 payment. And then you're going to be back here at the $1,624 again. So there are ways that you can really make this work. And I think it's worth investigating. It's definitely about acquiring wealth. The sooner that you get in the game, the sooner you start acquiring or building that wealth. And so if you wait a year, you're really just putting yourself back a year. And it's just like anything with retirement accounts or any other type of investment. The longer you wait to invest, you don't have that appreciation increasing year over year. So I hope this helps, and I'd love to talk with you. My contact information is at the top here of the presentation. By all means, give me a call, and I'd be happy to just kind of work some quick quotes. Even before we run credit, we can talk about loan options and see if there's maybe a strategy or a plan that would fit for you and what you're looking to achieve. So thanks so much.